Welcome to 15 minutes to soothe the nerves and uplift the spirits. My name is Kim Stevenson, owner of Eden Yoga, with locations in Concord, New Hampshire and Exeter, New Hampshire. So we are a full 2 months into stay-at-home quarantine, and right about now, I think a lot of us who had been really looking forward to summer are starting to realize that it's not going to be the kind of summer that maybe we've been hoping for. So at any rate, this experience for me has been, it's had some ups and downs. Some days feeling a little irritable, nerves feel kind of raw, some agitation, and then other days just feeling kind of blah, right? So this 15-minute practice is going to help smooth out all of those edges, both kind of uplift from that blah place and also soothe the nerves to quell that irritability. So let's begin. All right, so and this is all from a chair. So you can do this 15 minutes at your desk, just take a quick break to get your blood flowing and brighten yourself up. We'll begin in the chair. Sit down, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, take the arms up, and then bring the right hand down. Stretch off to the right, opening up the left side ribs, left side waist. Take a breath or two here. And then back up, other side. Inhale, back up. We'll exhale, twist to the right. And back to center, twist to the left. Take the arms up, lengthen up the spine. Now we're going to bring the hands down on the knees, and we're going to work a bit with the breath, because really working with the breath is our best friend through good times and bad. Pull on the knees. Oh no, first grab the chair. This is really nice for lifting and opening the chest. Hold the sides of your chair. Pull on the chair as you roll the shoulders back and open the chest. Bring the chin up. Feel that nice length of the front side of the body. And then lower the chin. Bring the hands to the knees. Lean forward a bit so you feel supported, resting your weight on the hands, but keeping that same nice length in the front body. Let's take a couple breaths here. And you can really feel the breath moving on the front side of the body. You can feel the chest lifting and expanding as you breathe in. You can feel the abdomen move as you breathe. A lot of sensation on the front side of the body here as you breathe in and out. Okay, now we're going to draw the breath into the upper back. Take the arms forward. We'll cross the right elbow over the left to begin. Grasp the outer shoulders and give a gentle pull, right? Pull your shoulder blades apart, away from the midline, and breathe into the upper back. Feel that nice stretch across the upper back. And then release the arms down. Change the cross, opposite arm on top. Grab the outer shoulders. And then give a gentle pull to spread the upper back open. Inhale into that area to intensify the stretch. Okay, now release the arms down. Let's bring them back to the first cross, right arm on top. Cross them deeply, and then bring the forearms forward. Try to wrap the forearms together, bring the palms together. This is a pose called Garudasana, eagle pose. I'm not sure why I stumbled over that. Garudasana. It's called eagle pose because of the way the gaze works. Look through the wrists to a distant point across the room. And then release the arms down. We'll do the other side. Left arm on top. Good. Gaze through the wrists across the room. And release. Now let's come up to standing. All right, we're going to begin to wake up the legs and hips now. So step the feet hip width apart. Inhale, take the arms up. Sit down in Uttanasana chair pose. So this is just a chair sit right? Keep the weight back in the heels. Keep lifting the arms to open the chest. Also, careful not to arch the back too much, but keep the low back nice and broad by drawing the belly toward the back body. Straighten the legs, come up and out. And again, arms up, step the feet together, sit down to begin to wake up the legs. Come back up and out. Now let's come into full Garudasana, full eagle pose. Sit down, take the left leg over the right, cross it deeply, and if you can, hook the toes around the calf. Can't really see yet. So we'll sit down, left leg over the right, hook the toes around the calf, and so if the left leg is on top, we're going to bring the right arm on top. Bend, wrap the palms together, and sit down. So this takes some balance, this takes some focus, which is great for getting us, for stopping whatever negative tape is playing in the head, right? Forces us to focus on something different. And then release. Let's switch sides. Sit down, take the right leg over the left. I'm mirroring you. I do know my rights and lefts, so I'm used to mirroring. So take your right leg over your left leg. And if your right leg is on top, then your left arm will be on top. Palms together, gaze through the wrists at a point in the distance. And then release. Good. We've got the breath moving a bit. Now we're going to draw the breath really fully into the back side of the body. We felt it on the front side of the body. Now we'll feel it on the back side by resting in Uttanasana. So here you've got to decide, you've got to pick a good height for your body. What we want to do is bend forward at the hips and rest the forehead on the arms. We're looking for definitely a stretch in the backs of the legs, but not so much stretch that it's distracting, that you can't even notice the breath at all. So maybe the desk is a good height. Maybe your chair back is a good height. You could pick a shelf in a bookcase. That might be a better height. Make sure it's sturdy, right? And if you're very flexible, it might feel better to you to come down a little further. Maybe rest the forearms on a chair seat. Okay, so go ahead and pick one of those. Step the feet hip width apart. Hold the elbows. Keeping the legs straight and strong, reach out, come forward, and rest the head. So we've got some nice length in the spine, and most importantly, the head is resting. This allows the facial muscles to relax, it allows the brain to relax, and it helps the breath kind of slow down, become more quiet and full. Feel the rib cage expand as you breathe in and soften as you breathe out. Feel the breath drawing a little more naturally to the back side of the body, the back side of the rib cage. Then with your next inhalation, place the hands on that surface, walk in and come up. All right, let's come into a lunge. Start to open up the hips. So let's go ahead and step the right foot forward, left foot back. Right. Okay, you can rest your hands on some surface for balance. So you got two choices here. Like if you're feeling a little unsteady, hold on to something so you feel stable. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, start from standing, pick up the foot, reach back, and keep your balance as you step the foot back into a lunge. Now, good. Sit down as deep as is comfortable for your body, and as you reach your straight leg heel back, reach the bent knee forward. Roll the chest open. Take a few breaths here, stretching the legs in opposite directions. With your next inhalation, begin to come up. Plant that heel straight in the front leg, and we're going to come forward over the front leg. Bring the head down any amount. Take a breath or two. And then inhale, come back up. Step forward and switch sides. Either just hold on to your support as you step back or challenge yourself. And maintain your balance as you reach way back with that other foot. Bend the knee, sit down in the lunge. Stretch your straight in the back leg. Reach back through the heel. Reach forward through the bent knee. Lift the chest. And then with the next inhalation, straight in the front leg. Plant down that back leg heel. And then reach out the chest. Come forward any amount over that front leg. And then inhale, come back up. Good, step forward. All right, now let's take one foot up onto your chair seat. What I didn't mention in the beginning. Be sure that your chair is braced against some heavy object, the wall or a desk, so that there's no possibility for it to move. Step one of your feet up onto the chair. Now, stand up straight and tall off your standing legs. So don't let the hips stick out. Don't lean forward. Stand up tall. Keep this leg moving back, this knee moving back. Release across the front of the pelvis. So you're going to feel a stretch across the front body. Then we're going to work with a little bit of motion to get into the hips. Start to warm up, open up those hip muscles. Doesn't have to be a big motion, as long as you're standing up tall and keeping both legs back. Should be a pretty good stretch. Okay, and then switch sides. Other foot up. Again, don't lean forward. Thigh bone back, stand up nice and tall, and at the same time, bring this knee back without letting that hip go forward. So both legs back, and then start to work with a little bit of motion to open up the hips. Okay, bring the leg down. We're going to come back to the other side. Other foot up. Okay, hip right over the standing leg ankle. Good. And then lift the chest. We're going to take if you have your right leg forward, take your left arm up. We're going to cross the arm over to come into a twist. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, turn. And then release, other side. Good, stand up tall. Cross the arm over. Take a couple of breaths here. And release. All right, now let's sit back. Let's come back to Uttanasana. I'm going to adjust the camera first. So we've warmed up the hips and the spine a bit. So now let's come back to Uttanasana and see if we notice a difference in how the breath is moving. Right, now that the hips are a little bit warmed up, you might feel the breath moving more naturally down into the abdomen. So just take a few breaths here. Just relax, let the head rest, and take some nice deep breaths. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let's sit down on the chair seat. And we're going to begin to work with a breath. We're going to do a breath called Ujjayi 2, and it's a breath that is incredibly effective for soothing the nervous system and promoting resilience, physical and mental, emotional resilience. I'll have some links below this video to explain how that works. All right, but for now, let's practice. Sit right on the buttock bones, right? So don't let the pelvis drop back, and also don't push forward too much, but just be neutral, be nice and tall. Let the hands rest on the thighs. And, you know, when the palms are facing down, it feels a bit more supportive, right? You feel more grounded. The hands, palms down can kind of help support the lift of the chest. Whereas the palms facing up is a more open, receptive posture, which is also helpful for helping the breath move fully and effortlessly. So you decide which one will work better for you today, right? Palms down or palms up. And as you practice this, try it both ways. But for now, do what feels more natural to you today. Close the eyes or let the gaze rest softly on the floor in front of you, or a few feet away. Take a nice deep inhalation, a nice deep exhalation. And then we're going to work with lengthening the exhalation. So it's going to be more or less a ratio of 5 to 7, 5 to 8. Inhaling for about a count of 5. Exhaling for about a count of 7 or 8. Right? That's not seconds, it's just to give a sense of the ratio. The actual amount of time doesn't matter as long as the breath is comfortable. Right? We don't want to force the breath in any way. So let's go ahead and try that for a few breaths. Inhale for about 5. Exhale, slow it down. Take a nice, long, soft exhalation. Normal full inhalation, extended exhalation. Okay, now we're going to add one more piece. With your next breath, notice that as you finish the exhalation, right before you start to inhale, there's a little pause there. Notice the pause and linger in that pause for any comfortable amount. So we're not holding the breath per se, but we're just kind of staying there for an extra beat or two, noticing the quietness and stillness of that space. So go ahead and at your own pace, normal inhalation, long, soft exhalation. Notice that pause, linger there, and whenever you feel ready, breathe in again. When you're ready, open the eyes. It's been 20 minutes. It's so hard to get it into 15 minutes. Okay, so that's a really nice breath to work with. Okay, so keep going. Hopefully this practice helped to soothe the nerves a little bit and kind of lift the spirit. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste.